everyone, welcome to the Hypergamous Journey. My name is Denise, and here at this channel, this is a channel for women who are 55 and older who would like to date hypergamously, meaning a man who is of a higher social and economic level. I discuss on this channel my thoughts, opinions, experiences, and my hypergamous journey as I share with you my dating experiences. I'm 60 years old, so I've lived a little bit. I've never married, and I do not have children. So today I would like to talk about, my last video talked about the Tinder swindler, and so I'd like to continue with that subject. So I have watched the Tinder swindler, Dirty John, Dirty Betty, based on the true story of Betty Broderick, Broderick, and A Fall from Grace by Tyler Perry. And I think that's about it as far as Netflix movies along those lines. And what I've discovered, there's a common theme among these movies, and it is women who, and I've done this myself, so I'm preaching to the choir maybe. So I've done this myself, where we know at a gut level, you know, where the belly button is and our stomach, the womb area, we know at a gut level that something's off and not right about the guy or the man, but we dismiss our feelings and move forward. And you know, sometimes these things present themselves early on, like a ding, 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 a red flag. And we say, okay, well, that's a red flag. Let me just store it in the back of my brain, my memory bank. And I get that because it's not really, you know, a deal breaker. But if the behavior continues, maybe it will be a deal breaker in the end. So those are the red flags on the first, second date, third date. But then 30 days in, you're vibing and feeling each other, and then, you know, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks, he starts calling you honey. It makes me cringe every time a man calls me honey and I don't know him. So he's calling you honey, baby. He's sending you text messages morning, afternoon, and evening. He might even be calling you every day, and he's doing this every day so that he occupies all of the brain space all of the brain space that you have. And you're thinking maybe this could be it, and maybe he's the one, and you're telling your girlfriend or your best friend and whomever, you know, you share confidences with, you're sharing your experiences. She is asking about him. So how's it going with Joe Blow? And so you tell her things that, you know, well, I have a little bit of a red flag about this. You know, there's something that just doesn't feel right. And then she's telling you, well, you just met him. Well, you know you have this particular problem with trust, for instance. You know, you have this particular problem with men, or that particular problem with men. And we have to discern for ourselves whether the friend is giving good advice based on how well she knows you, or she is maybe trying to, I can't think of any other word besides convince you, talk you into moving forward with someone who at your gut level, intuitively, your body is saying, pump the brakes, young lady. And so that's what I've discovered as I've entered this hypergamous journey, is that I'm discussing my dates with people who don't necessarily believe in hypergamy. So if they don't believe in hypergamy, then I might be talking to the wrong person or people if they don't believe in hypergamy. And they may not know the technical term of what we are doing here on this channel, dating above where we are in our lives. So, but they're making excuses for men who don't make us feel good and who are kind of doing these microaggressions against us, ridiculing what we're saying, not listening to what we have to say, not honoring our feelings. And so that's the first thing, that common theme I've noticed with Dirty Betty and The Tinder Swindler and A Fall from Grace, which are based on women who were frauded and stole from, is that they don't listen to their inner spirit and they dismiss it. That's the first thing. The second thing is that they know that what the guy is saying, at a gut level, they know that the guy is basically lying. And it's not true, because they know these are older women. So these are mature women, look like in their 40s, late 40s, early 50s, who are falling for the okie doke. And it's because they are longing for the human biological need to be loved and accepted and touched in a healthy way. And they are giving into that need and letting it rule, rather than their intuition, their body, feeling and being connected to their body and thinking with their brain. So that's that. And men who know how to do this, basically con men, you know, I guess he's called the swindler, but basically a con man. They know what women want and think, and they have mastered it. So we have to know for ourselves what we want and think for ourselves. And one of the ladies in The Tinder Swindler, she kissed the guy first. She went on a date with him. She first of all, she accepted a last minute date. First of all, she swiped right. It was a match. A few minutes later, quickly, he got back to her. Then he said, "What are you doing?" And meet me at this hotel. She met him there for coffee for an hour or whatever. Then he said, "You want to go to another country by a private jet?" She said yes. Her girlfriends are like, "What? You could be killed." And she's like, "I don't care. I'll just be killed because I've never done this before." And I would just be too afraid for my life. And another thing, if a man really is interested in you and you say no to the private jet until after you get to know him, if he's serious about you, he'll come back with the offer of the private jet and more. Also, every you know, this swindler guy, the Tinder swindler, is out there on every single level of the socio-economic scale. So this guy supposedly was super uber rich, so he could do private jets, drivers, chauffeurs, travel all around the globe in 24 hours. So there's that super uber rich. I guess they call that the 1%. And then you have, you know, somebody below that. I don't know what the levels are, but let's just say, you know, the doctor and the very well, you know, successful lawyer. They can do the same thing. It's just that they might not own the jet, so they can lease the jet. And then you have the guy underneath them who's not leasing jets and things of that nature, but maybe he has learned how to, maybe he's a licensed pilot and he can lease a plane for a few days for leisure and invite you onto that and everything else under that. Like, he doesn't own these things, but he has the resources to lease them. And so he gets you that way. And then you have I'm just going through various levels. Like, you know, maybe the person who works at a law firm as a paralegal, and he has his version of swindling and conning women. And then there's the, you know, even lower than that, maybe the Walmart guy. And there's nothing wrong with working at Walmart. It's a decent job. But just to show another level of where women can be conned and swindled. So there's a hierarchy to it. You know, the objects or carrots that are dangled are different, but you know, they all attract women at various levels, and even between the levels that I've mentioned. But one thing remains the same. We're all women. We're all born with intuition, and our bodies will never ever fail us when we are being when things are just a little off, even a little off. So this is our center, and when it's a little off, we'll go like this. And then we got to bring it back to center. Then we feel peace. And then he'll do something that's like, then we're a little off, and then we bring it back to center. And coming to center means you get to yourself, you talk to yourself, and you write. If you're the journal, I'm an avid journal writer, and you just write out what's going on. And remember, above all else, you are your greatest protector. And God, or whomever you call a power greater than yourself, he or she will always give you free will. But it's up to you to stay connected to your body and listen when it says, something's a little off. And get back to center. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Denise. This is the Hypergamous Journey. If you like this video, any of my others, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video.